Okay. All right, good morning. We are at the Selection Committee meeting for the Sewage and Water Board of New Orleans. Today is Tuesday, December 2nd, 2025. We are here to consider candidates to fulfill a vacancy in District E for the Sewage and Water Board. We'll start with a roll call. Nick Harris.
Present.
Sharonda Williams, present. Jeffrey Benjamin.
Present.
Raymond Brown.
Present.
Elizabeth Duet.
Present.
Mark Pyle.
Present.
Chancellor Bowie. Sandra Lindquist.
Present.
Edward Smith.
Here.
And Ron Carrere. We have a quorum. The first item of business is chair and vice chair selection. We have done this for every meeting. I have chaired the last several meetings, but we have to actually take a vote to select a chair and vice chair to run this meeting. I was asked to chair it again, but if anyone has a burning desire to take over and run the rest of the meeting, I will entertain a motion for chair and vice chair to continue the meeting today.
None. So
You were the vice chair last time, so unless anyone wants to do differently, or if you're willing to accept the vice chair role.
I'm willing to
Great
accept
job.
it.
Okay, great. So we have selected the chair and vice chair, myself and Mr. Brown from Xavier University. The next item is adoption of the bylaws. They are contained in your packet. There have not been any changes since the last time we met. They tell the makeup of the selection committee, how we meet, the quorum that's required, and what our roles and duties are. I'll entertain a motion to adopt the bylaws as presented.
So moved.
I have a motion and a second. Any opposition? Hearing none, the bylaws are adopted. So just for context, we have met a few times about this particular vacancy. The last time we met, you'll see the list of applicants there on the screen, but we presented 3 names, as we are required to do, to the mayor for consideration. The names that were previously presented were Jacqueline Baham, Ariane Greenwich, and Tanisha Stevens. Ms. Stevens was selected by the mayor and presented to the council, and the council did not accept that recommendation. So we are now faced with presenting 3 names again to the mayor. It would be my recommendation that we keep the 2 recommendations that were previously presented, Ms. Baham and Ms. Greenwich, and then consider a 3rd name to be presented to the mayor for further consideration. Unless anyone has a different thought, then.
I second that recommendation.
Which would mean that we have Sherrion Love, Brandon Henry, Cindy Nguyen, and Raven Frederick to consider for that 3rd slot. And recall, we looked at Sherrion Love and Brandon Henry, their applications the last time we met as well, but they are also contained in your packets. Sherrion Love submitted all of her materials. She has a finance and accounting and business management background. Her current role is an accountant manager at the Louisiana Department of Transportation and Development, and most of her experience, if not all, is in the field of accounting. She has a bachelor's of business administration and management and a master's of business administration with an accounting concentration. Does anybody have any comments or thoughts on Sherrion Love as a candidate?
Can you repeat those 3 names again? Love, Cindy Nguyen.
Sherrion Love, Brandon Henry, and then we received 2 new applications from Cindy Nguyen and Raven Frederick. I'll just note that I'm sure everyone is keeping abreast of the news related to city budgeting and how that interacts with Sewage and Water Board. I think accounting expertise is probably something that would be beneficial, considering that sort of issue that's lingering out there. So that would be my one comment in favor of Sherry on Love.
I would agree with that.
Anybody else have any thoughts on?
So we considered her last time, right? Was there a reason why we didn't move her forward?
Other ones were just
I think the other ones were
Those
just.
a little bit stronger
Yeah,
or
were
something about them.
stronger,
Yeah,
yeah.
it wasn't anything negative.
It wasn't right, it wasn't a negative comment about her from the last time that I recall. Any other comments on Sherry on Love? The next one was Brandon Henry, who we also considered last time. Brandon, again, submitted all of his materials. He is a business administration, engineering, construction, and business management expertise. His current position is operations manager for Henry Consulting. He has a lot of background in engineering and technical consulting. Just recall the last time when we discussed Mr. Henry, there was a comment about whether it would pose any sort of conflict considering there was ongoing litigation between the city of New Orleans and Henry Consulting.
Does he do current consulting for the city of New Orleans?
His current job title on his resume is operations manager for Henry Consulting. Henry Consulting has had several high-profile litigation matters related to trash pickup, and there may be one other issue.
So that's the one that's ongoing with French Quarters?
It relates to the French Quarter. So that was one of the comments from last time, that if anybody else has any other comments about Mr. Henry's application.
Well, I do believe if we were to select that one, I think we'll be in the same posture as before with city council, so.
Yeah, city council's gonna say no, but we can't. We don't know that. Totally.
It's hypothetically.
Gut feeling.
Any other comments on Mr. Henry? Okay, then two new applicants are Cindy Nguyen. I think everybody's familiar with Cindy Nguyen. She is a former council member for District E. And she submitted all of her materials, her experiences in public administration and community and consumer advocacy. She, as you all know, just ran for District E council member this past election cycle. Resume reflects that she's still employed as a community outreach advisor for the RTA. Any thoughts or comments for Ms. Nguyen?
Any prohibitions of being on more than one board?
So I think she is an actual employee of RTA, not on the board.
Oh, okay, okay. Yeah,
Yeah, an actual
she's
employee. of
employee
RTA.
RTA, yeah. Okay, okay. I think she'll bring a breadth of a lot of knowledge and for the areas that she currently live.
Anybody else?
I like this applicant, okay, because of her past knowledge and then her consistency in working with the community throughout the city of New Orleans in all different areas.
Anybody else?
No,
I agree, and I think we should, if, she should be the one of the ones that we move forward. If,
She is definitely the most visible one of the applicants that we have. without any negative baggage that I know or see.
That would have all come out.
I agree with that.
Okay,
Well,
all right.
Being new to New Orleans, I liked her resume better than the others, so.
Yeah.
Not having the history of.
Mhm.
Okay, and the final applicant was Raven Frederick, who again submitted all of their materials as required. Her experience is in communication, public relations, community advocacy, and business administration. From an education standpoint, she's got a master's in social work and a bachelor's in mass communication. I would just note that her current job title is that she works for the city of New Orleans as the city's communications and digital director and a special assistant to Mayor Cantrell. And has been a teacher and a news content specialist working in different media outlets. Anybody have thoughts or comments on Raven? My only comment that I would make is that considering that the council did not accept the recommendation of Tanisha Stevens that was presented and who also is a city employee, I'm not sure that they are looking to have a city employee on the Sewage and Water Board.
Not only that, but being connected to the outgoing mayor is not good either. So I think she'll be dead on arrival.
Yeah, just for no other reason than spite at this point, I think. In her favor, I did like her personal statement. Seemed like
That's a nice personal statement.
Yeah, very good, but I agree with everybody else, it's probably dead in the water.
Okay, any other comments on Ms. Frederick? Any other comments on any of the applicants? If not, I think we're at item 6 on the agenda, selection and announcement of candidates or selection of a next meeting. I don't think we need to select a next meeting. I think we're in a space where we can select 3 people to move them along.
Mhm.
And so I'll entertain a motion to put forth 3 names if anyone has one.
I would recommend that we not move forward with Brandon and Raven so we can eliminate them from the discussion there.
Correct.
So I think it's probably between Ms. Love and Cindy.
I second that motion.
Any opposition to eliminating those 2 names, Mr. Henry and Ms. Frederick?
Question. So you said we're submitting 3 names, right?
3 names.
So we already have Bayham and Greenwich, right?
Mm-hmm.
So now we're only selecting one other person,
Another
correct?
person.
So that's between Wynn and,
Love, and love.
all right.
Gotcha.
So entertain a motion. I didn't hear an opposition to eliminating Henry and Frederick. So I think that we are looking at Love and Wynn.
Yes.
Correct,
We can only choose one to move forward.
correct. So,
Or do we,
Reconsider Bayham and,
yeah, I mean, I think we should take a look at that because well, Bayham, remember, was the one who had more of the ecological knowledge, and again, I think that's important for the city and for that kind of advocacy, but
and then Greenwich was, I feel that she had advocacy, but a lot of business administration. She's like an HR person, and I know that that expertise could be helpful from the civil service perspective in dealing with Sewage and Water Board employees.
No, I'm sorry, who did you say? I'm sorry.
That was Ariane Greenidge.
Okay.
So we have HR and we have eco advocacy. So do either of these, do any of the other candidates that are in the list, and the two new are Sydney Nguyen and Raven Frederick, enough to take those two out? And either of those two out? Or do we,
Administration, workforce development.
For me, I don't remember, I think when we considered Sherion Love before, because we're looking at Sherion and Cindy. I think the same considerations for me when we considered her versus Bayham and Greenwich exist. I thought I heard a lot of discussion in favor of Cindy Nguyen.
I'm in favor of Sydney.
I am definitely in favor of Cindy. When, okay? Yes, a motion.
Okay, do I have a second?
I'll second that one.
All right, we have a motion and a second. Any opposition? If none, then Cindy would be the third name that we would add. So we would have Jacqueline Bayham, Ariane Greenidge, and Cindy Nguyen to submit to the mayor. Any other comments before any public comment?
I have one question. Ms. Love, was her application considered when the other two were selected? Okay, and what was the reason again why?
I just don't think we thought she was as strong as the other two. There was nothing negative. Yeah, I just think that there was a discussion that they didn't think, generally people didn't think she was as strong as the other two.
Okay.
Who did they ultimately go forward with to the city council?
Bayham, oh, the other name, Tanisha Stevens.
Okay.
Because she is the criminal justice coordinator for the city.
Okay, yeah.
Any other comments? No public comment. If none, I will entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
All right, we have a motion and a second. I know there's no opposition, so we are adjourned. Thank you all.